So we just got tickets for the Riverboat Cruise, so time to ride. And guess what? I'm bringing y'all with me.
Well, before the town began 100 years ago, it was the river first, named for St. Anthony of Padua. I'll tell you all about him as soon as I shake my head right here, guys. Take a look at me. I'm 6'5", tallest boat captain in the city. This bridge right here. Oh, yeah, we know what it is today. It's not 6'5". Oh, yeah. Yeah, like I said, I laughed you, right? It's good to laugh on the boat. Okay, I'm on the shore, right to my right, and I laugh with you. Over here, this 8-foot tall, larger-than-life statue, that's our namesake, St. Anthony de Padua. So he was a Franciscan Portuguese priest born in Lisbon, Portugal, the capital, died in Padua, Italy, hence the name just west of Venice. Died on June 13th, and that quickly became his feast day in honor of him. And our story begins June 13th, 1691. Spanish missionaries passing through here, come upon this river. We're so awe-inspired by its beauty, like I hope you guys are as well. We're just getting started. So they stopped, held Mass, gave thanks, and said, let's name this river, why, of course, after St. Anthony, because it was his feast day after all, June 13th, yeah? But the local indigenous Native American tribes, the Payaya Indians, told them it was already called Yanaguana, which means restful, peaceful water. Very good name, yeah? But the Spaniards insisted on renaming, so in Spanish, St. Anthony's River becomes Rio San Antonio. The name was born. If you think about it for a quick moment here, guys, if they had been even a day or two earlier or later, I guess we'd have a different name, wouldn't we, huh? Somebody else's feast day. But then, 27 years later, comes finally the beginning of the town, when on May 1st, 1718, 306 years ago, they come back to the river, and this time stay, to build the first of the, what later became 5 Spanish colonial missions, giving the new name of the river to both the town, San Antonio, and the mission, calling it Mission San Antonio de Valero. Today, we call that former mission the Alamo. Who's been to the Alamo? Raise your hand. How do you might have already known that? Now, maybe you're just reminded of it. But now you see how it all nicely ties together right around the river, June 13th, and St. Anthony. The Alamo and San Antonio from the very beginning, even before it was the Alamo. You see, it helped to start it all and give us the name. Now, 250 years in the city's history, we got to hold the World's Fair here to commemorate our big birthday, and we finally got a chance to show off the Riverwalk. It's right up ahead there. It had been done a generation earlier, 1939 to 41. Largely forgotten about the World War II, so we fixed it up, got it all ready, and take a look behind me. To my left is where we hold the fair. Now it's mainly the convention center. We won't be going in there because it's across the fair. So what we did with that thing, a little bit more than a couple miles away, and the Riverwalk over here, we brought the two together by digging 4 feet deep right here, 12 feet down below, and extending the Riverwalk all the way to the very close to the fairgrounds. 20 years later, we extended it again behind me, we're right when we did the stage. As we go by here, some of you all may remember Miss Congeniality, show it to the kids. About an hour in the movie, you see this beautiful theater here. Remember us passing through here. And you'll see on the stage the lovely Sandra Bullock right here talking about world peace and eating out competition. Take a look at the back of the stage. See those 5 bronze bells there, guys? They symbolize, of course, the 5 missions I was just telling you about. The Alamo, and there's the 4. Sun coming out right as we got here. You always remember that. And then take a look at me. You always remember me. After the American Civil War, where the great cow drives north to Kansas, like the famous Chisholm Trail you probably heard of. In the early years, it began right here in San Antonio. In 1877, San Antonio got its first railroad, and that brought an eventual end to the need for cow drives, because we just put them on cow cars ourselves. See where these people are hanging out? The cypressy, its roots just naturally formed into the shape of a heart. So for over 100 years, people have been getting married right here on Marriage Island. Even said you bring good.
She said yes.
Oh,
Yay!
Right there on Marriage Island. If you do, then it's said to bring good fortune to all those who get married there. We wish them the best of luck, especially if they get married there. But to be honest, I don't know for sure. Not because I'm still single, so what do I know? That's just what they told me. Sounds good to me. If we come on out this kind of like bridge to my right, this 14-story tall 4-dime hotel is called the West Hotel. It used to be where the NBA players would stay when they come to play our Spurs, but now they stay at a different, newer 4-dime hotel further up on the river. When I was a kid, this was a parking garage. When I came back stateside over 20 years ago, I had to park somewhere else to walk around downtown. Later on, that it became the Westin Hotel. Take a look to my left, guys, way up high in the sky. We got the American flag up there. It's the highest flying flag in a building in San Antonio, the tallest 8-sided tower in the country, called the Tower Light Building. Opened up to great fanfare on the 1st of June, 1829, as the first skyscraper here. Top height of 404 feet, 31 stories, 100-foot flagpole. And it's built in what's called neo-Gothic style. Some of y'all see right up here, one floor up, pairs of ugly faces. So all the way across, they're kind of gargoyle called grotesque. Look up at the top. See those gargoyles sticking out the sides as well? So if you walk around downtown, wherever you see that, you'll know you're looking at a 100-year-old neo-Gothic building. So it's very common in the 1920s, 100 years ago. We pass through the St. Mary Street Bridge. In front of us is the Bayer County Courthouse. Dates back to 1896. It's become the largest and the oldest continuously operating historic courthouse in all of Texas. As we come on out, take a look behind me, and see right here, that's a good view. Just a different view, because it's the tallest 8-sided tower in the country, so you get different angles, different views. I got tons of pictures of that building over the years. It never ceases to be beautiful for me. As we continue our northward trek here, the river continues going south past the marina connecting with the other 4 missions all the way to the Gulf of Mexico, about 180 miles. It begins 4.5 miles in front of us on the campus of the University of Word. The springs, they come up this vast underground reservoir called the Edwards Aquifer, flow south for a few miles to the zoo, a park, a golf course. Look through downtown as we're doing the tour, forming a great big natural bend to the river. Looks like a big old backward sea, if you will, or a sideways horseshoe. We call it the horseshoe bend, or just simply the great bend. And where we are now, guys, this man-made section is what happened was in the mid to late 1920s, local engineers came out here and dug this roughly 15-foot deep man-made flood channel. You know what? Come to find out, this right here, this is the most heavily prone flash flood region all in North America. Yeah, go figure. Why the Alamo removed a couple times in the early years, it kept getting flooded over. Also why the National Weather Service calls it Flash Flood Alley. You get so many flash floods here. It's really what ultimately led to the creation of the Riverwalk all those many years ago. Really was safety first, and then time to turn this beautiful site that we're getting to enjoy together this afternoon here. Well, since the mid-90s, become the most popular tourist destination in the whole state of Texas. The Alamo, that's number 2. Not too far behind though. Riverwalk number 1. As we take this next right turn, continue our clockwise loop, we'll be heading east towards the Alamo. Back inside the natural flow of the river, once again, shallower waters. As we pass underneath a much smaller archway than when we came out of it, once the horn, both are called floodgates. The one back there goes up a little bit. The south gate, just from here, the north gate comes down all the way, very slowly. And by closing these gates, you see, when it rains so heavily, we're able to make sure it doesn't flood. Then there's a horseshoe bend. If you roll the flood channel out there, you can say how that is. Just a little bit of some of the behind-the-scenes safety measures of the river and the Riverwalk. You're likely one to learn about that. You know, I take them a tour. Well, as we head east towards the Alamo, see all those boats up there? Yeah, well, they coming from one just passing by, and one might be the mechanic. Well, anyway, the other ones there are our third and final loading dock. That's the Aztec here in the wall. Nowadays, it's used mainly as a concert venue. But look over to my right. Look up at the top balcony. See that Aztec sculpture right there? There's a lot more like that inside the 6-story, very nondescript building here that houses the Aztec Theater. Beautiful on the inside. As we continue our eastward trek towards the Alamo, in the direction of the Alamo, back to our dock in the wall. Here's one bridge in front of us. It's called the Hugman Bridge. It was named for Robert Hugman, the father of the Riverwalk. He designed all this. It's more commonly, unofficially known as the Selena Bridge, for sort of the famous scene in the movie Selena. Yeah. I'm going to show you something that the other boat captains leave out of this story. This right here is not seen in the movie. This is still the Hugman Bridge. If you want a picture of the Selena Bridge, you got to turn around right there, because that's how you see the movie. Like to be specific, not the only boat show. You'll think for later. There are 2 movies to watch to relive your time on the boat. This Congeniality is Selena. We got many other movies filmed out here, but this is just a quick overview for us. East of San Antonio, if you will. That being said, take a look at my left, this beautiful Fort Hotel called the Hami La Macchiondo, the mansion of the river. It also opened up early April 1968, time for the World's Fair. But unlike the other one, we didn't have to build it quickly. It was already here and had been a school. Way up high in the sky, very tall building. It looks like it's flat. Check it out, guys. It's pretty neat, huh? Where you're looking out there used to be a very important hospital in downtown San Antonio. Dick's Hospital opened up late 1930s during the early days of the Great Depression. And a couple of years after the hospital opened up, none other than the legendary comedian Carol Burnett was born right there. She'll be turning 91 late next month, and a lot of medical firsts took place there over the years. But it did sadly close a few years back. The plans now to one day turn it into a hotel. Speaking of hotels, right here in front of us, where I'm pointing, of course, I always point at everything that I was talking about. This is the 16-story tall, 4-diamond Hyatt Regency Riverwalk Hotel. Opened in 1981, it's a 40-year mark of the Riverwalk. And on the other side of the Hyatt is the Alamo. The Alamo is free to get in, open every day of the year except for Christmas, 9 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. I highly recommend you go to the website first, thealamo.org. You can secure a free online time entry ticket to the chapel at a time of your choosing. You're going to walk around the 4.2 acres at your leisure. Self-guided tour. With this right turn here, guys, we complete our clockwise loop. We head south back to where we started it. Doing the central leg of the horseshoe. We're right doing the northern and southern leg. We head through the main touristy section here, the shops and the restaurants. Over to my left where all this blue is. Later on in the evening, we have live jazz music over here. We do it every night. We've done it since 1963. It's a great way to enjoy time on the Riverwalk. Sit down, sip on a beverage, watch the boats go by, listen to the great jazz music. Over here to my right, coming up as we pass underneath the Crockett Street Bridge, we have the Casino Club building.
He just didn't say anything.
It dates back to 1927, used as a private club by Germans for World War II. Got vacant for a while. And eventually we renovated, because that's what we do here. We turned the bottom part into a restaurant. And the top part, y'all, became residential. There's 40 apartments up there now, yeah? Take a look, all those windows we're looking at? There's people living up there. Yeah. Not me. Other people. I don't know these people either, man. If I lived there, it'd be a nice, short, convenient walk to work. I wouldn't have to worry about gas or parking. I'd never have to cook again because all these restaurants here in River Square, aka Restaurant Row, they were built up in the 60s, getting ready for the World's Fair. And it really transformed San Antonio into an international city in 1968 for our 250th birthday. And it provided the ultimate celebration of the city's past and future. We finally got a chance to show off the Riverwalk that had been done a generation earlier, 39 to 41, along with the 5 missions, the 5 military bases, and all the many different cultures that make up San Antonio's rich cultural history. We'll take a look up in front of the boat, past River Square, Restaurant Row. Way up high there, once again it says Hilton Palacio del Rio. You see we're coming to the end of our clockwise loop, and soon we'll take that left turn and go east, back in the man-made section, back to our docks. And so as we get set to leave this natural part of the river and head back onto the man-made section, we'll make sure there's no boats coming. So as we head back to the mall, 4 foot deep here, concrete at the bottom as we make the turn. The mall opened up 36 years ago last month, February 20th of 1988. Just 6 weeks before the 20th anniversary of the World's Fair. I was here to see the mall opening. Crazy, because the Air Force moved us here this August, it'll be 40 years. I'm only 29, but just don't do the math. Hard to believe it's like that many years. But the mall has grown too. Now it's over 125 shops and restaurants and attractions, a little over 1 million square feet. One of the largest malls in the city. We have for the kids, Legoland, Discovery Center, Sea Life Aquarium, and Dave and Buster's. That stays open until midnight. We got a couple of movie theaters, including an IMAX movie theater that plays a very special 45-minute IMAX film about the Battle of the Alamo called Alamo, the Price of Freedom. And it's in Guinness World Records too, guys, for being the longest playing IMAX film in history. And the only place you can see in the whole world is right up ahead inside the mall on our giant 61-foot IMAX screen. If you go early enough, you can save money. That's right, any of the shows before 4 o'clock, save you up to 25% off. It's matinee price to cover that. After all, who doesn't like to save money? Yeah, I sure do. So I like to pass on those savings. You got nicely framed by these trees here for a great photo. The Tower of the Americas. The elevator takes you up to those windows up there daily, 10 a.m. till 10 p.m. Same as the boat tours. We'll take you up to the observation deck or a nice sit-down rotating restaurant. A lot more details on.
Okay, so we are here at the IMAX Theater in San Antonio, Texas, and they say you should watch the movie about the Alamo. It's in 3D before you go visit the Alamo. So that's what we're doing. But you know me, I can't walk into a movie theater and smell popcorn and not get some. So yes, I did spend the $18 to get me some popcorn.
And as you can see, we've made quite the day in it before the movie's even started.
It hasn't even started.
I'm not sure we're gonna find seats.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys know if the movie's worth it. Okay, so the movie just ended, and if you're not a history buff and you're like me and you didn't pay attention in school and you don't really remember, you might want to go see it. It was a good movie. It was put together really well, and it does explain what happened at the Alamo really well in a movie form. So if you're not a history buff like me, I would recommend go seeing it. So the movie is called The Alamo, The Price of Freedom.
Oh, to be a kid again. Look at this. These kids can hang and just kind of climb and ride. It's called the Sky Trail.
Okay, so we're eating at the Tower of Americas, which is 622 feet, is that right? 622 feet in the air. And it slowly spins, and you can see out all over San Antonio.
So here's a little video. You can see out the window, and you can see how it just slowly moves. You may not be able to tell from this side, but you could tell if I turned it